Thank you for tuning in to the Ultimate IT Podcast Uncensored. Viewer discretion is advised. And now your hosts, John S2E Stewart, Coach Johnny Prendergast, Andre Lippitt Parfeniak, and Elliot.
Ho, ho, ho. Who did I just quote?
John McClane?
No, just the way I said it. Think of it. It's a very famous ho, ho, ho. But
Christmas story?
Yes. And when?
When he gets kicked down the slide.
That's right. My favorite part of that movie.
It's a good movie.
Violence.
I watched it again. It was great, as always.
I was going to say the dog father from WWE.
The Ho Train.
The Ho Train.
All right, let's get started. Let's start with a Christmas memory. Who's got a good Christmas memory for
Let's
us?
start with an introduction, what episode and all that.
Season 2, episode 5. That's about it.
Right.
Welcome to the podcast. It's Christmas and it's about New Year's.
28th.
So, the end of the year. We've been running for a year now.
Ooh.
So yeah,
Where's the applause button?
anniversary? Kind of.
Yeah. Pretty good, boys.
Yeah. So Christmas time. Anybody got a Christmas memory? Anybody want to share some Christmas stories? Anything pop up over the holidays?
Oh, well.
We had this discussion at Christmas dinner. Lots of people were like, oh, it was about family and all that stuff, and it was. But one Christmas memory, kind of funny. The year my parents built a sled run, had all the neighbors over, all of our cousins from Vancouver came up because we lived on a ranch. And we had a fast sled run where it was packed snow and actually iced, and then we had a slower run beside it. Yeah, that was the time me and my brother both ended up going through the thistle patch head first because we're on like one of those luge type runners. Yeah. But like the good memories from that were, crashing snowmobiles, riding a hayride out, skating at the ice rink my dad had made for us, standing around bonfires and that, and having like all your neighbors and all your cousins and uncles and aunts around. Pretty good. And I think I was probably like 10 years old at that point.
I lived in Coquitlam, and we had the ultimate driveway. Our driveway was like this steep, and then it turned into a lane that was about this steep, and it went down for about 400 meters. So we were just able to like rev up a toboggan and then just book it down this like no traffic lane. And then it used to snow back when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like every winter we had snow, like tons of snow, and especially in Coquitlam. So those are my favorite moments of Christmas. It's just getting all the cousins together and a big toboggan and everybody jumping on.
Sledding in Vancouver, you got to watch for cars.
Yeah.
My cousin in North Delta built one, and it was like there's a hydro line, and then they got stairs going down, so they just like chain link on each side of the stairs, and they just made a luge type thing. It's like straight fast, stairs, down, stairs. Pretty deadly.
Nice. No Christmas memories over there, boys?
Yeah. I mean, I remember, looking forward to that time off school and just being around family. And like you said, it snowed all the time. Being out in the snow, sledding, making snowmen, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. It was good times. Those were the days.
Yeah, this Christmas was pretty warm here in Vancouver. So not getting that snow anymore.
No.
Yeah. No. All right, Elliot, your turn. Christmas memory.
Yeah. So many moons ago, a couple. One, I remember getting a goalie net for Christmas, but it was and like many like other things too, but it was the packaging in which it was. Because it was a big tube. It was because it was all just like, it was one of the nets that was like plastic, right? And you put it together like PVC or whatever. And so, yeah, I remember like just being this perplexed 12-year-old or whatever, being like, what the hell? There was a video game in there and stuff too, like one of those Nintendo all-in-ones or something like that. But yeah, that was kind of cool. That was a fun Christmas memory. My parents usually would mess around with kind of gifts like that. One year there was like nothing under the tree, and I almost fought them over, like, the hell. And
Just a lump of coal.
no, maybe did you check under the bed? Maybe it's under your bed. And sure enough, like, it was all under the bed, right? So yeah, I don't know. But that's it. Yeah, the tobogganing. Okay, if we're talking tobogganing, we can't have the conversation of tobogganing without me bringing up how boss my sled was back yonder. So, what the hell road is it? I guess it's Terminal. When you're driving, it's what's down there now? There's like a BCIT, I think, or something. There's a bit of
Emily Carr. That's second, just off Night. The big park there.
Anyway, the big hill, right? Thank you. So
City.
that hill, okay. Like, now that we're all adults, it doesn't look that daunting. However,
Bullshit.
it still looks daunting, right? Like, I used to look at that. Thank you for your reaction too, for validating the rest of this conversation, because this is actually pretty cool. So I had this black sled, and like nobody's caring right now except my mother, who's for sure listening, grinning ear to ear, because yeah, this black sled was a catamaran, so it was like two underneath, and it just ran on those runners.
Those things are quick.
And it went bananas down this hill, and it was so much fun. There used to be a chain link fence that was not secure at all at the bottom. And I fucking can validate that, because I shot right through underneath it onto the street and just was like, yeah, just kept going, right? So sorry for the home there, but yeah, so that I have those memories of that toboggan, those rides. That was fun. That was always a lot of fun. A couple snowball fights as like a really young kid, like making snow forts and stuff. But like, it's crazy, right? Because like, it doesn't snow that much down here now in the Lower Mainland, and people talk, like global warming and stuff. It seems cool, but I don't know. It just hasn't been the right mixture lately down here, right? Like, it snowed, it did frost just a little bit last night. But like, nothing stuck, obviously, right? But
do you remember snow days when you were in school? Weren't those the absolute best?
Yes, because we would all go out and play.
Yes.
Right?
yeah, but we're in Western Canada. They don't do that anywhere else.
Yeah. So I lived up north. Now, there was no snow day. The worst part was the cutoff in our school district is minus 32, minus 30. That's when you don't have to go wait for the bus in your jeans and your winter jacket and your runners. But the bus depot is the one who digs the reading, and they're like an hour's drive from where I catch the bus. So it's like, it's only minus 29, minus 30 today. This buses still run. I'm like looking out my kitchen window at the thermometer. I'm like, it's minus 37 here. And you're out. Just keep moving. Stay warm. Never had a snow day up north.
No, I used to live in Regina, and we'd play hockey all the time. We had a hockey rink at our elementary school, and when I moved here, I remember we kept it going. Like, Como Lake in Coquitlam used to freeze every winter, and I remember going to Como Lake after school and playing hockey until supper time. So we got a good 2 hours of hockey in after school, and I don't think that happens anymore.
It's got to be a pretty cold snap. There's like a place in Richmond where it kind of floods and then freezes down by Steveston, or what is that town? Yeah, it's Steveston.
Ducks Unlimited freezes very easily too. Yeah. So we went there a couple times, my wife and I, in the last 5 years. But, the lakes don't freeze anymore. Trout Lake used to freeze all the time too.
I was gonna
This
say-
is back in the 80s and the 90s,
I
maybe
wouldn't-
early 90s.
I remember 10 years ago, Trout Lake froze over.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
were playing on it, but
Yeah.
I looked at the ice depth. I was like, no way, I'm going out there with all these other people. It was like 6.5, 7 inch. That was it. I was like, not that much weight.
All right, so one of my favorite presents for Christmas was the Don Cherry Rock'em Sock'em hockey videos. Number 1 and 2, I got them in one Christmas. And one of my favorite parts, and I can't remember which one it was, but when Don Cherry started calling out goalies for the old windmill. Do you guys remember that part? So he was making fun of goaltenders for the old
The flashy save.
flashy save, right? So we got 2 big goaltenders here. So I got to ask you guys, because Don Cherry never interviewed any goaltenders about that. So what is the deal with the big windmill save? Is it necessary or is it flash?
Depends. Sometimes it's not necessary. Sometimes it is just purely flash. Like on Wednesday, we have a group, and we're playing, and I rob one of the guys, and it was like, just stick out my glove. He shoots it right in it. And me and him have a good rivalry, and he looks at me. I look at him, and I'm like, oh. And sometimes it's just to piss people off. Sometimes it's to like get your team cheered up. But other times you're just like swinging out there, and you hope you get it, and all of a sudden you get it, and it's going back, and you pull it forward. Sometimes it's not necessary. Sometimes it just happens.
Got it.
Elliot's gonna be
Elliot's
like,
got
it's
something.
necessary. It's necessary. Show off.
No. Okay, listen. First of all, that outburst, all that, like the worst, or the best time to ask that question. Like I'm wearing my best Travis Kelce impersonation outfit over here, right? And like you're asking about flash or if it's needed. And my boy, like Mr. Blue collar, yeah, it's like he said though, right? Anyway, I just thought that was really funny, and so I blew up there. No, I agree. From what the end I heard, yeah, I agree. First, I'm trying to think if I've ever been caught.
What, flashing glove and like doing it on purpose?
Like with
Shardlows, yeah.
No.
Oh, with me?
Like with Patrick Waugh, right? When it's up here and then boop in the net. Like last week or the last ice time we had, Ari did that. And we laughed because he's so good, right? Like he's usually on the ball about it, and he tried to like fuck somebody off with it, and sure enough, nope, in the net. Like, yeah.
The best part was not only did he like, ooh, I made the save and it went in the net. Like, I don't know, 10 minutes later, he's like I used to be. He gets the save and it's like the last 5 minutes or something, and you skate up to make a play and you don't see anyone. You keep skating on that. But the guy he was flashing the glove with was just waiting on it, and he drops it from his glove as he's like skating well out of the net. Like he's beyond the hash marks already, dropping out of his glove and getting ready to stick handle with it. And this guy that he's been doing the flashy saves just dunk out of the air, puts it in the net. Pretty funny to add to it.
Nice.
But Elliot, have you done an unnecessary windmill?
Okay. Yes. Unnecessary windmill, like to fuck the guy off?
Yeah.
100%. Because guess what? It's also like get my boys riled up, right? Like get my guys fired up. Like I can't throw a big hit.
Yeah.
I can make a nice big save.
Yeah.
And if I want to be like, boop, ooh, to the guy after I do it, fuck yeah, if I can.
You want to get in their head too, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
If he's trying to get in mine or whatever, right? So like it kind of does depend, and like, but if you're doing that, all you young guys listening, 3 of you, you're opening yourself up. Because like, oh, it's up here. No. Wasn't it Luke Rubitaille who tucked it in when Waugh?
No, it just rolled off him and in.
Oh, but yeah, like whatever, right? Like, so you open yourself up to like the talk back, right? I mean, Patrick Waugh can say, "I've got the 2 Stanley Cup ring blocking my ear," right? Like, so he's got a good clap back should anybody say anything, but I just think, yeah, like, so you do have to be careful, you know, it's fun in beer league and stuff or whatever if you can like have that fun, but if you're doing it like professionally, careful. But like Fleury at the end there, he was kind of like windmilling some and stuff just for fun too, right? And like he's got that right, nobody cares. I was gonna say there's rumblings of him coming back.
Yeah, I heard Edmonton's trying to scoop him, but I don't think he will. I think he's enjoying it. I think he's like, he had his farewell, so.
Yeah.
But on the other side of it, I had a goalie coach who's like, what's more demoralizing, the big windmill? Or you make the save and it's, oh, I do that all day. Oh, that was easy. So. Yeah. It's a matter of opinion.
Okay, moving on. This week, I found out that the character Seabass in the movie Dumb and Dumber is
Oh, shoot.
Cam Neely.
Yes. You didn't know that?
I had no idea. And here's the funny thing.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready, and I'm like, okay, I got to open with this today. And I'm working all day long, and a new player comes in, and guess what his name is? No
Seabass?
joke.
Seabass.
His name is Sebastian, but his friend's dad says, oh, that's Seabass. Call him Seabass. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I just found out that Seabass from Dumb and Dumber is named is Cam Neely this week. And he goes, oh yeah, that's why he was named Seabass by his dad.
Sebastian.
Is because he's a big Cam Neely fan. Is that crazy or what?
That's funny. That's good.
So, I've told you guys before about this, but read The Alchemist. There are no coincidences. You follow your coincidences in life, and they it's like reading The Matrix, right?
Everything happens for a reason.
Right, so...
The great Fred Durst said that. Everything happens for a reason.
nice.
That was actually pretty good. You kind of got that nailed. Elliot's sitting there in his corn costume, mad at the Fred Durst costume.
Anyways, moving into hockey. We haven't talked about the Hughes trade because it's been so long.
Christmas came early for Johnny Boy.
Huh?
Christmas came early for Johnny Boy.
Okay. Explain.
I was waiting for this.
Oh, okay.
I've been talking about it for weeks. I'm glad they pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
Now they need to fucking lose.
Right. I mean, it was bound to happen. We knew it was going to happen for about how long now?
They'd be stupid not to do that. He was not going to sign with us.
Right.
Take the trade.
Rutherford let the cat out of the bag about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And
well, he actually said a bunch of things at that time too, didn't he?
yeah.
There was a number of things that he brought to the attention for the public that probably shouldn't not have been said.
Yeah, it felt weird.
It felt really weird.
Yeah. Kind of like having a guy on your team that's not really on your team anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Did we get enough back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Three first rounders?
And like,
They've got to be good players.
yeah, the young defense, man. I'm with Kevin Bieksa on, like, you'll soon forget about Hughes. Might take a year or two, but you'll forget about it. I think we did good.
So, if we got enough back, and those 3 year, okay, so we draft three guys. Now, I too feel like I'm on Team Tank, except that. Didn't we just win fucking 4 straight?
And that's what I mean.
Everyone's Sidney Crosby all of a sudden. What are you doing?
That's what I mean.
So
they need to lose.
Okay,
And
so
there's talk of Pedersen going to Carolina.
okay.
But we'll get to that. We'll get to
Please, and I
Let's stick with Hughes first.
Like so, yeah. Do we want to just kind of stick with Hughes or
Yes.
the Canucks in direction? Because
Stick with Hughes
Stick with
first. There's a lot here to unpack.
Okay, so if we're just going to stick with Hughes, how long was he here?
4 or 5 years.
Yeah, 5, I think. We technically didn't we draft him?
We drafted him.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't believe that it was that quick, and he's gone now. Greatest, this offensive greatest, the way he skates and everything, like unbelievable. And sad to see him leave. Was he the best captain ever?
As a defenseman for the Canucks.
What's that?
He does.
I think he has the most points for a defenseman as a Canucks.
I mean,
only
like
5 years.
Yeah.
But defensively, his body size, all that stuff, like it's just he is this.
He's not meant for punishment.
He's a very
meant
unique
for,
individual,
not
very
getting
unique
hit.
talent, generational talent, all this.
Yeah.
So, and who we got in return? I mean, so far, so good, I suppose. But also, first 3 rounders and looking at the future. And, I guess we'll get into that, so.
I would say, I'm kind of glad we got good stuff for Hughes. I thought we were just going to end up getting a bag of pucks. And that's what I was worried about. But, he definitely didn't want to stay here. And I guess management knew that. But also you got a guy and you can't blame him. He's like, I'm a generational talent. I'm valued. I don't want to be like McDavid and wasting years on a team that fails to address the problems or keeps committing the same mistakes. So you can't blame Hughes for wanting to leave. He's like, I want to go chase cups. I want to go play with a winning franchise or a team that at least cares about winning. And you can definitely see Canucks, there's lots of guys there that do care about winning, but there's a few that just don't. Right?
It hurts.
It hurts, but it's true, and I can't blame him for leaving. When he went to Minnesota, did you guys hear the story about him once he was traded?
No.
Minnesota hired a Cadillac Escalade, picked him up here. They had movers hired to get all his stuff. They flew their corporate jet up here to pick him up. They fly him into Minnesota, put him up in a super nice hotel on the jet. They had his favorite food, his favorite meals. When he landed and got to the hotel, his favorite meals there and that, they gave him I think it was a BMW or something to drive until his vehicle gets there or he buys a vehicle or whatever. They were roll out the red carpet, make him feel welcome. I'm thinking they just want to make him feel so welcome that he's like, this is a good organization. They treat me well. I'm going to stay. But Canucks ever do anything like that? No. They're like, hey, go stay at the Aquilini's hotel or the Aquilini's apartments. That's it.
What's this guy's name?
We don't even have a practice rink.
There's a guy, Gary
Volk?
Vanderchuk.
No. I don't.
The entrepreneur guy?
Maybe.
Yeah, Vanderchuk.
Okay, I thought it's something like that. Anyways,
Gary V.
Yeah, he talks about something about there was a guy, client, big Jets fan. He had a spare Jets hat, and he remembered and he gave it to him or put it in his hotel room or something like that. And it made the world of difference for this guy ended up buying or sell, you know what I mean? It was a huge game changer for him. Just a simple gesture, right?
Yeah. Japanese gesture.
Yeah. You're a steak and eggs guy for the morning. Your plane landed at 10. Hey man, here's lunch, steak and eggs, just like mom. That's huge. People remember that. Having the practice facility and stuff,
Hughes
that's
apparently,
a whole other thing, but the thought, I think, they probably rented him the car that he drives already, what I mean, or something
but Hughes
that.
also got a bunch of special jerseys in his hotel room when he arrived, and those were for his family.
No.
So,
with Hughes on the back or whatever. And
but I imagine it's
the
ones that you can't get,
Yeah.
the outdoor one or something like that.
Cool.
Maybe some past ones. But yeah, Japanese are really big on that. Like, if you can't remember the small things, they don't want the big things remembered for
That's
a
right.
business deal.
I still want my grandmother's putter. Anyways, it's a whole other
You
conversation.
got it. It's your hockey stick.
Moving along.
Yes, move along.
All right. Are we going to talk about the Canucks now and the other trade that's possibly brewing?
Go
or-
ahead.
Trade or possible trade.
Possible trade. There's just rumors at this point.
Oh, I meant possible trade from my perspective, which should be coming down the pipeline.
Okay, what's that? Let's hear that.
Sherwood.
Yeah, he'll get you a good return, sure.
Absolutely.
Pedersen, though, there's talk about Svechnikov and someone else coming from Carolina for Pedersen. I'm like, yeah, I'll take that trade.
Yep.
That's the only other one I got.
You got to go in with the rebuild mentality.
Why would Carolina want Pedersen so bad? They already offered us Necas for him.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's they figure that
They're kind of built for him, right? Like they're kind of a fast. They like speed, man. I feel like that's
Necas was fast.
he was.
He is.
Is he
He's
faster,
top 5.
better than Petey?
I think he's 5th in scoring.
Petey's doesn't have that much speed the last couple of years.
Oh, Necas is faster than Pedersen by far. Yes.
Then it's got to be the way they play or something. There's gotta be a
Shooting.
reason,
I think it's
something, yeah.
shooting.
But like maybe it's a straight up hockey trade,
Or maybe it's a straight
there's
up dressing room
Yeah,
trade.
maybe it's a dressing room thing. Hey, he needs a new fresh start somewhere. Does your guy need a fresh start somewhere?
Yeah.
Are they close enough?
Yeah.
Can they? Maybe it's something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's tough because what's the age there? Nekis is what? Are they close or is he older?
I don't know. Nobody knows.
Because it doesn't really matter. A couple things. Like my thought on this, if I may.
That's what we're here for. Let's hear it.
So, and I was getting to this before, and it's kind of like it has to be like it's the elephant in the room. This is going to be a 5-year program, minimum. Minimum. So anybody who's here now can expect to like call in, with the flu, because it's going to be tough for the next 5 years here in Vancouver. We're not going to be a winning organization. We're going to have to rebuild from the ground up. We kind of have already sucked some of the guys from the minors to the big boy show. So, how do you say it? Because I always thought it was just Sasson. Max Sasson.
Oh, you know what's funny about
Sassoon or whatever. Now it's different.
All the play-by-play
It
guys
screws me
have
up.
been told to say it with a French accent. So you have to say it Max Sasson.
Sasson. Okay. But so he's like, we pulled him up. I thought he was a great guy down there. And like, he's doing okay up here, but he's going to just be doing okay up here and or less until he gets the support that he will need for 5 years. So like, I hope they sit him down and they're like, hey man, yeah, your next contract isn't going to be very big because you're not going to have much to show for it. But like, if you grind it out, that the one after can be, because or maybe the one after that or something. Like it's just shitty because the team is going to be a grind here. It's going to be a grind if you're on the front. So bringing guys in, trying to make trades and stuff, like it might be tough. And without a practice facility and without like the list goes
And
on.
to clear waivers. 'Cause,
So
like, some of those guys have played
it's a
enough
tough
games.
time it's a tough time to be a fan of the Canucks, man. Like I am, and I know I'm saying that wearing a Phoenix Coyotes hat, but I bleed for the Canucks. I always
nice.
do. Oh, I love this hat. When I saw it, it's my
One
favorite.
thing
It's my
that's gonna-
favorite. It's one of my favorite jerseys. That old school
Very
white,
Christmassy.
the white one. Yeah,
Green and
Shane
red.
Doan on the back. It's the one I want.
One thing that's going to have to happen, though, if they're going to do this 5-year rebuild, is they're going to need to lower ticket prices. because well,
They're having problems with that. Like, people are not buying the tickets, right?
well, that's just
100%.
that's just it. Yeah,
I'm here to tell you, I'd rather go watch the
Canucks,
Giants?
negative.
Giants.
Negative.
Golden
PWHL.
Yes.
Golden Eyes.
I'm curious about it to see it in person. I've watched a couple games on TV enough that I'm now like, what's it like in person? Because I've seen Junior, right? I did not get to watch any of the Olympics. I wasn't in town. So,
There was a good game on tonight.
oh,
New York, Seattle.
yeah.
It was good.
So when they pop up, I will watch, and they're pretty good. They seem to be decent. So it'd be interesting to go and watch and check out the atmosphere there and stuff or whatever. But yeah, so ticket prices, you're 100%. Because guess what? You have competition in town now.
Yeah.
Like, I hope people realize this. Because I'm here to tell you, like, even our own guys in the morning and stuff, when I'm driving to work, I don't hear squat about. I don't hear about them.
No.
The PWHL,
So-
I think, is very big amongst female hockey players and females.
Yeah.
More. I definitely know the arena's really nice. They've redone a whole bunch of stuff in that.
Well, I'm
And
on.
like, people are saying the atmosphere is great.
So yeah, right. Like, and you know, like we were talking about it at beer league, even like with the level of interest that it can spur, it could be like more girls hockey, more females are playing hockey. There's going to be more female ice times. It's going to raise ice times. There might maybe more rinks, but also not. I don't know. Anyway, it creates an interesting thing for hockey specifically, because it's not like you can just go to a gymnasium and shoot hoops, right? Like, you have to go to a rink, a facility where you're like booking time and things. So anyway, it's just different beast, but
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
I was going to say they've got some work to do. They're invisible on social media
Yeah.
because I am on almost every single popular hockey social media channel. Like I've been trying to compile a huge list of all the major social media guys. So I follow them with like Slapshot Alley and the Ultimate Hockey Podcast, and I follow everybody. And nobody talks about the PWHL. And all they have to do is connect with some of these social media giants and get their clips out there, because they've got good clips. Like there are some girls that can snipe, and it would be great to have them on the social media giants that, so get people to talk about these, like the supers. You got to make some Caitlin Clarks out there. You got to get some hype going about the good players, because that's what builds up the team, right? A lot of girls want to go see, what's her name? Sarah Nurse. And that girl from Cloverdale, her name is Jennifer Gardner. She's got a great one-timer, but you never see them. And also, if you watch the YouTube recaps for these games, they don't do it like the NHL. The NHL, when there's a good goal, they replay it. Bing, bang, slow motion. You get to see it over and over and over again. Go watch a recap for the PWHL right now. You might see a nice goal once. That's it. So they're not doing a good job on social media. And that's where you're going to get the most interest from people, because everybody's on social media, right? Not very many people are going to watch a full game. You got to spark their interest first before they start watching full games. You got to get them to like learn about the players. Who are the superstars? They're not doing that good enough right now. So,
And start like the hockey pools and that. That was a big thing for NHL to like really try and gain popularity in the States, was they made a lot of information available for the hockey pool guys that are picking. And it's like, oh, like you like hockey and you like hockey. The other 4 of us don't, but you want a hockey pool. Okay, we start learning, then we start watching.
yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know if their demographic of women so much do hockey pools. I don't know. None of my friends do, but like I imagine if they like hockey, or any sport, you get into it, you must do pools. Just none of my friends do.
Another big thing. My wife and I watched a game. It was Seattle's first game, Seattle Torrent. And something funny happened. There was like goal, no goal review, and the play-by-play guys didn't know what the back bar was called. They were like trying to describe it as like the white beam behind the crossbar, and they didn't know it was called the back bar. And it made me think, you know, a lot of these play-by-play guys that you see like out in Seattle or New York or Minnesota or wherever, they're not even hockey people. They don't even know the terminology. Yeah. And I see that a lot, even in the NHL. Like, if you look at the website, a lot of the stats are done like, was it a wrist shot? Was it a snapshot? And it's funny because I don't think very many people know the difference between a wrist shot and a snapshot. That's one of the things that I noticed in the NHL, is that you get a lot of guys calling a wrist shot a snapshot, and then or vice versa. It's funny, but
sir, on that, I did bring hardware, and you did look perplexed when I walked in with gear, because like to cover off, and later, you know, this is, and I'm glad we're recording this. I'd love to talk shop about shooting, because I was watching some videos, and there's like, they talk about the new method, the new style of shooting, and I'm like, how Bedard with the pull and the twist, and anyway, to break it down with you, to like kind of like go through that, because it does seem like there is a bit of a hybrid shot now, where it is more of a wrist slash snap slash, you know, but you're not seeing many slap shots anymore. That's for sure.
I'm actually doing a little project right now. I am watching every single goal in the NHL, and I'm documenting what kind of shot it is. And there are no wrist shots anymore. Maybe most of the shots are snapshots. And out of the wrist shot snapshot category, if you just take those two shots, because that's the most common way, when a player loads up the shot and just takes a wrister or a snapshot, I'd say it's like 99% snapshots, and like 1% is a wrister. That's how crazy it is now. Like nobody, and the funny thing is that Austin Matthews was on that Colby Armstrong show. You guys know, they bring a couch onto the ice. Yeah. It's called On the Couch. And they got into how to shoot with Austin Matthews. And Colby starts talking about how he pulls the puck, he separates, and then snaps it. And Austin Matthews makes fun of him and says, "What, you mean the puck comes off your stick?" So he's saying all he does is wrist shots. And he's pretty much saying, and he goes, "Oh, no wonder you don't score, because he's doing a snapshot." And I was just like, are you kidding me? Every guy in the NHL separates the puck and does snapshots.
So I was watching, this is the point, like, and this is kind of to break it down with you.
Yeah.
In the process of when, like, he's pulling it in close, it's like because of your body mechanics, you're not going to wrist the puck when it's here, right? So it's like so the way it's done there, it's one thing, I guess, but I've also watched, and there was some other guy talking where, might have been Matthews, receiving and like no dust off.
Yeah, just receive and shoot.
Right, receive, shoot. And even in that,
the puck bounces.
And I would call it a snapshot. But I was super impressed with the quickness, the smoothness of it all, in the one motionness of it all, right? Whereas, like, for me, for sure, and I remember this vividly because I've, I guess, done it in the last couple of weeks, received a pass and, like, as it didn't even off my stick, wrist shot, you know what I mean? Slingshot, really, more than anything, but I would say that was a wrist shot, where if it's more of a one-timer and like I'm taking a snap, that looks way different, right? So like the difference is there, where it was like a very fluid snapshot, which is why I say maybe it's the design of the sticks where the flex point is now, blah, blah, blah. Like they're so soft
right? Even when you see the big wind, like you're not seeing the wind-ups up here anymore.
Well, everybody's got a low flex now,
Here,
so
give
they
it
can't
to
do
me.
it, or they're going to
Right?
break their
Yeah,
stick.
absolutely.
Yeah, but also like now we're skating faster. There's less space. You only see a big one-timer where the guy raises his stick over his hips on the power play, right? But I was watching Euro Elite shooting at 8 rinks all this summer, and they were doing the receive on the far side of your body. You're stepping and shooting all in one. And Guido, who's like a very talented coach, he was saying it's a wrist shot. And I filmed it, and lots of it was it's received, and as they step, there becomes separation. They're doing kind of a snapshot. But he's teaching it like a wrist shot, like you're trying to keep the puck all the time. Never like stop the puck from, you never stop the puck moving, and you're supposed to always be moving it towards the net. But like,
All right, the way I was taught was that a wrist shot is where you have the puck on your blade and you kind of whip it. So the puck is always on the blade. And a snapshot is where you kind of do the same thing, but instead of whipping the puck, you're separating the puck and then hitting the puck. And that hit is more of an explosion because the blade is now contacting the puck. So the puck jumps off the blade quicker, so it's got a quicker release.
Snapshot is kind of like a quarter of a slap shot.
no,
It's not like you're not going full. You're not fully
Well,
extending, but
no.
you're.
imagine
This
this
is
your
it.
puck on a wrist shot. You're supposed to start on your heel,
Right.
open face, roll it out,
Yes.
close face. On a snapshot, you're already going toe down. You like push the puck, get a little separation, you're pressuring toe down, and that creates a little flex, and then you hit in the puck, and that creates more flex, and then you're releasing all that flex, and the blade is actually
Snaps it.
snapping through too.
Yeah.
And here's the funny thing. There is no general consensus of what is the universal standard. Like there are, I've gone onto YouTube, I've gone onto social media, there's tons of coaches, and these coaches have different terminology, different ideas, and there's no like universal language for, no, this is the way it is. And that's what makes hockey a little bit different from other sports. Other sports have like a universal system for every skill. This is the way you throw a football.
Yeah.
This is the way you kick the football.
This is the way you talk about different parts of the game or the football or the hoop or whatever, right? They all have a standard language, and goaltending, I run into that. Someone says I should keep my palm or my fingers or whatever. Everyone's got their own terminology. So it
Hockey
makes it
needs-
hard to communicate from coach to coach.
I got a question, and it might be a stupid question.
Yeah.
Did the snapshot exist before composite sticks?
Yeah, 100%. And this
Okay.
is kind of the point I was going to try and make, or got up to try and make, was I think it just looked way different.
Right.
You had to load up differently because the sticks back then, you had to load. You were swinging from the rafters because the things were made out of oak trees, right? So, excuse me. So that's why the fluidity of these new guys, where they're just dusting it off and still getting a bit of a snapshot off in one motion, they're able to because these things are feather light and they're soft
They've
as
been
shit
playing
now.
with it since they're 7 years old.
Well, don't go blind, right? Just be careful.
Yeah.
If you watch
You got the joke. Thank you.
if you watch Bedard shoot, though, he is very much. It looks like a wrist shot, but it's always a snapshot when he releases that.
Yeah.
It looks like he's just pulling in and shooting, but there's always separation. Same with Matthews. Like when I talked with Cliff about that, Matthews was scoring big numbers, and Cliff was trying to teach me how to shoot. And he's like, "Yeah, you got to be like Matthews, always snapshots." So that's why I was laughing when Matthews is like, "What?" I'm like,
I don't know if he's trolling Colby, but it's detrimental to kids. If they're listening to that, they're going to get confused.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, what is he talking about? There's no separation, and the puck always has to be on the blade. So why is Matthews doing that? He's getting millions and millions of kids watching him on that show, and they're all going to be like, what? Coach Andre, what is he talking about then? Like, what the? So it drove me crazy.
Yeah.
Because I've also watched Austin Matthews mess up in the skills competition in the hardest shot. I think I already talked about this, but he wasn't rolling his wrist through the slap shot, and that's why he wasn't able to break 100. All the other shooters were rolling their wrists over through the shot.
Yeah.
But Matthews could be one of those guys that was never really taught how to shoot. He just shot and everyone liked it and it was
Possible.
successful.
Very
like
possible.
I've seen guys that
That's what I think.
shoot and you're just like,
I brought it up on the show before. That kid at the end of the season coming up to me. He was one of my leading scorers of the
Oh,
year.
he asked you how to take a slap shot or something.
yeah. I coached midget and not a single person on that team took a proper slap shot. Like I did midget guys and midget girls, bantam, Adam. Like in Adam, we had one kid and he had a wicked cannon of a slap shot, but he was the only one that did a slap shot right in that like year. And then like in midget, I had guys there been playing all their lives and they're doing slap shots not, and they're all like never turning their stick down or hand positions or anything like that. That's like,
That's because they got to come to Slapshot Alley.
yeah, definitely. Like knowledge and paying attention to a coach and actually listening and learning to a coach, they'll go quicker, faster, farther.
Oh yeah, I mean, my job is so rewarding when a kid finally starts scoring goals.
Yeah.
When their parents call me up and they say, "Hey, we're scoring goals now," and my kid's having fun, and that's what is so like like I remember when I was a kid and you start hitting the top corner, like you just light up and you're just encouraged now to work hard.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't know what to do, shooting is a very frustrating skill if you can't raise the puck. So the majority of my clients are those kids that can't raise the puck. But once, go ahead.
No, I mean, finish your thought, but I want to jump in on
Once
it.
once I teach them how to raise the puck, boom, you see them light up, and now they want more.
And what's the shot you teach them to raise the puck with?
Wrist shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah, and actually, it's a combination because a lot of kids have trouble with the wrist shot the puck slipping off the toe. So, with a combination of the snapshot, there's a level 1, level 2. You teach them how to hit the puck and rotate the wrists, and that allows less margin for error with slippage because the snapshot is on the stick, off the stick, quick. The wrist shot has a long time on the stick, so there's slippage. And so a lot of kids have frustration with the wrist shot. So you kind of have to teach them at the same time. And it's the kids that can't get the wrist shot right away that the snapshot will help them out. Kids who get the wrist shot right away, boom, they're ready to learn everything. And they're stoked.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, love my job. Once the kid hits the top corner, boom, they're lighting up and they're ready, and it's one of the easiest jobs once a kid is like excited about learning.
It makes you feel good too.
Oh yeah,
Right?
Yeah,
And the kid feels good, but
Yeah.
then my kid feels bad because he got scored on top corner. And I get in trouble.
well, you're doing a pretty good job, when you get that big windmill save. Right?
That's more Elliot's department.
Got it.
Like EJ.
Let's move on. I was going to ask you.
Well, you're supposed to stay in the podcast and participate.
Well, there were some awkward
Dry
moments there.
The first cookie was delicious.
So let's speak into the mic because you lectured me about that first.
The whole world.
Oh yeah, no. You know about this mic is another good thing about the microphone and the headphones is that you can hear yourself.
Yeah.
So that if you're speaking too
care what I sound
loudly,
Who does
you
that
can
on
ki-
this
you
show?
Can, you can kind of say,
that's who.
"Oh shit, I can hear myself." Like you did it. You said sorry.
Yeah, it did pop a couple times.
So it's good to be able to hear yourself, so you can say, "Okay, can the audience hear me or not?" And then you can kind of tone it down or.
I like it because you get to hear what
I've never been told to tone it down before.
Okay.
Sorry, before we do move on, I do want to say on that point, or some of that point, because I do think it's important with shooting and everything. Yeah. We just heard, how much does that blue-blooded wearing whatever guy make? Matthews, how much does he make a year? 10?
11?
11?
12?
11, 12, I
And
think.
he doesn't know the difference between the two shots, and he's saying all this crap into a mic. Listen, everyone. Not everyone is a genius. But also, not everyone can alliterate what they're doing on the ice. The hardest thing I ever asked my father was how to stop skating. He looked at me like I had what?
You just stop.
Yeah.
That's
you
how
turn
do it.
you
feet.
stop. Because he was born in skates. And he's got this city slicker kid now that's 9 trying to learn how to skate, right? So anyway. So yeah, like I think the dynamics, like my point here is, parents, if it's important to you, pay attention at those 5 a.m. mornings to what that coach is saying. Because if you don't agree, then have the conversation with the coach and become educated before you open your mouth to your kid. Unless you have a higher level of education in hockey or something, then yeah, maybe talk to the kid first. But I do feel sometimes, see, that's the thing, is I feel like that happens.
If you have a higher education.
And then whatever, right? But the coaching, like it should all come from the coach.
If you have a higher education coaching or hockey or whatever than your coach, don't disagree with what the coach says, but add to it. Don't cut down your coach.
No, and I'm not. Sorry, I didn't mean for it to come across. like that.
I just want to make sure that's clear to everyone.
Yeah. No, I think it's just important that like everyone's on the same page with like what's what and what's called what, right? Because maybe he doesn't see it as a snapshot because to him he thinks that one fluid motion, it's all one. Yeah, it's the stick is. Oh, the bend. Yeah, well, it's bending and coming away from the stick. Not thinking, no, it's coming away from the stick. That's the difference. That feels different in the hands, right? You get that feedback in the fingertips. So, yeah. Just be careful with who you're getting your instruction from, I guess, is at the end of the day. Just do the education on it all. It's all very important.
My saying is always listen to every coach you can and learn from every coach you can, because it's all just tools in the toolbox and you'll figure out what's working.
And you know what? Not everybody shoots the same.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Philip Forsberg, when he shoots, he is so disciplined with his wrist rotation. And there's actually very few players in the NHL that rotate their wrists like Philip Forsberg. He is so disciplined with snapping his blade as much as possible through the puck than anybody else I've kind of studied. So I love his shot the most. I like to use his examples the most.
And I've got a guy I play against. He played ECHL or Europe or something. And he's like, before he shoots, his stick is loose, like on these 2 fingers and these 2 fingers. It's not in his palm, nothing. Kevin Flathers. And he can shoot. Like, I've been against NHLers. This guy shoots just as good as anyone else up there. But he, releases and he's holding his stick with 2 fingers and then everything's snapping. It's interesting.
No, I've seen that. It's kind of like the martial arts idea of being relaxed until moment of impact. So you're relaxed until you hit that puck, and that's where you squeeze the stick.
Yeah, it's just I had never when he talked about it, and then I started watching while he was shooting. Like when we were doing other drills, I was watching him, even filmed it. And I'm like, fuck, he lets his stick just float.
Yeah.
There's lots of ways to do the same thing.
Yeah. Bruce Lee said it. He's like, be like water until strike. Right?
Be like water.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Flow, fill the cup, become the cup.
Whitecaps. We haven't talked about the Whitecaps game. Did you ask your boss if he can come
Yes, I
and
did.
do an
Yes.
interview with us?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to save this
Yes.
segment for him then.
Okay.
All right, let's not talk about the Whitecaps.
Okay.
We'll save it for next time or whenever he comes.
Yep.
Because I'd like to talk to him about that game. I've got that game on video. I recorded the whole thing.
I will talk to
And
him.
I took out some clips that I'd like to ask him about.
Okay.
Have you guys heard about this guy, Rick Westhead? Rick Westhead. Okay, so this guy, Rick Westhead, has been, he's a reporter. I think he works for TSN. And he did a he did an interview with that guy from the Chicago Blackhawks that was sexually assaulted. And now he's kind of on this campaign of hockey culture. So he investigated the 5 kids from the World Juniors. And he's been, when he came out with that interview on TSN, he started getting all these, not hate mail, actually support.
Oh.
And here's another story, and here's another story, and people say, like, tons and tons of contacts about people in junior hockey and having these stories. And have you guys heard about the hot box?
No.
It's a rookie, a junior A rookie kind of hazing, where all the rookies have to undress at the back of the bus and get into the bathroom, and they throw in some change and they say, okay, you're not coming out until you get $3.25 worth of change. And they turn off all the lights, and then they have to dig out this change. Can you believe that? That's our hockey culture?
No, that
I mean, I'm laughing, but that's terrible.
This just went viral last week.
That's a failure of coaching. That's like, you don't have control of your kids. Like, we had
This is on the bus.
Yeah. Why is the coach not on the bus?
The coaches are on the bus.
So then,
yeah,
then you
that's
have
why I
to
say
put
it's
they see it.
then you have to put the blame on the coaches.
Yeah, it's a failure of coaching. Like, we had kids even just like start bugging other kids, and you jump on it right away. Because like when I played, you were allowed to haze and everything. The coaches left the room, let the kids do whatever. And like, some kids never came out the same after. It's not good. I say that's failure coaching.
Yeah.
Anyways,
You have to watch, right? Like, you're responsible. You have, and being on that team, whatever team it is, I mean, that's a privilege. Even if you're playing Pee-wee, house, whatever, you're still representing, you still, the name on the front, the name on the back kind of thing. And yeah, I don't know. Like, but if there's anything going on like that on that, yeah, it should be the coaches, and at whatever level. Whatever level. And yeah, I mean, even if they can't control the situation, then I mean, maybe the coaches are the ones who have to, like, yeah, this is what happened in court, because they're ones that it should fall on, right? And yeah,
I'm just surprised for like no offense, and I could be wrong. This is just purely my observation, just my opinion or kind of point of view of it. For a sport that was so, I guess, homophobic almost, like lots of people that were gay in hockey never came out about it. There was such a outcry about pride stuff and that at the NHL level even. Like, some of that's religion based on that, but for a sport that's so male, masculine charged or whatever, I'm surprised there's so much almost homosexual hazings that go on. I'm like, what's that about?
Well, what his theory was is that this is why it happens, and why it continues to happen, is because when you have played your whole life, and hockey is nothing else in your life, that's all you've dreamt about doing, and you finally make it into the juniors, and you're a rookie, and you'll do whatever they say to be accepted. Well, this is his words, not mine, but you can't. You cannot stand up to it. These kids are terrified about doing anything against the grain.
Yeah.
So they just blindly accept whatever's coming because they can't risk it. Like, what happens if they refuse to do
well,
this?
exactly.
The other players can't.
The other
dictate-
players try and punch you in the face. That's what.
Well, they can't dictate how your career
But
rolls out.
that's what the fear is. Oh, I'm going to be exiled from the team, which means I'm going to underperform, which means I'm gone. Right? Everybody's going to look at me as a cancer. Coaches are going to look at me as that, out the door. Right? Like, no, man, it's a real thing too. Like, for sure.
I was definitely exiled from my teams because I was like, you're going to try and haze me, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And I didn't accept it. My teams, like the social dynamics, even years later, those players ostracize me.
Yeah. But, you know, a lot of people criticizing him for shining a light on the dark stuff in hockey. But if it's there, we have to.
It's a tough conversation, but we need to start having it, that's for sure.
I mean, because it's so obvious that, you know, it exists and we want it to stop. And the only way to stop it is to shine a light on it, right? So that's why I think that, like, people like us have to, you know, bring it out. And, you know, things like what's happening down in Dallas with, you know, them making it impossible for them to play hockey. We gotta shine light on that. And, you know, that's the only way to, like, solve these sickness and these diseases in hockey, right?
What about, what was it, Colorado? There's a story about that we'll have to get to next week.
Okay, so next story. Have you guys heard of the Minnesota Vikings and the reason why they never won a Super Bowl in the 70s when they went to the Super Bowl 4 times? Okay, so Fran Tarkenton was the quarterback for all those 4 Super Bowls for the Minnesota Vikings. And he was on a podcast last month talking about why they never won a Super Bowl. And do you know that his coach, Bud Grant, didn't let them practice before the Super Bowl? Like on the last game of the season, or on the game before they go to the Super Bowl, they win to go to the Super Bowl, and he goes to their players in the dressing room. Okay, see you guys next week at the Super Bowl. No practice. And then after his career, he talks with the other quarterbacks and finds out that they were all practicing, like hard practices before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then this is what happened to the Los Angeles Raiders when there was that conspiracy that they had been practicing a certain way, and the coach flipped the switch and took out the practice plan and said, no, we're not running the ball anymore, we're throwing the ball, the day before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So that was John Gruden.
Yeah, but
Wasn't there
they were
another-
going to win anyway.
another
Tampa
team?
was going to win that game anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wasn't there
But
another
Tim Brown
team?
and Tim Brown was on the team. So was Jerry Rice. They were on the Raiders, and they were pissed that the coach changed the game plan the day. And then I thought, like,
Sometimes you have to change the game plan, though.
yeah, but why?
Football is a battle on the ground, for sure. It's definitely not X and O, just run. It's war, it's strategy, but...
Yeah. Anyways, have you guys noticed that a lot of podcasts are coming out with ex-players and ex-coaches and stuff like that?
Yeah.
It's getting good.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the Brett Hull one? Yeah, he's got his own podcast. He gets a lot of old buddies on the show. It's pretty good. Sticking with football, did you guys see that Seahawks 2-pointer?
Yeah.
Okay, what were your thoughts on that?
Yeah.
So what happened there?
Well, it was a wild, I mean, what a way to, like, game of the year, but also, like, I hate that the Hawks have now this crazy reputation for these, like, wild, weird endings to things, because there was the miraculous interception in Green Bay all them years ago.
Didn't they
and all
call that the immaculate reception?
Interreception or
No, I
something,
thought it
or
was-
yeah, anyway,
Yeah.
right? Like, so there's a lot of weird stuff, but yeah, so I mean, the rules are the rules, right? It was a backwards pass. Looking at the replay, it was like, was it though? But yeah, it was a backwards enough pass that got tipped. So the moment it gets tipped and deflected, and that it's still live because it's backwards. It's considered now it's a live ball on the ground, but everybody just
So it's
kind
a
of
fumble.
Yeah, but everybody, because it was a throw, and the guys, you know, it's like me to the water can. It's like
It's a fumble.
it's straight enough, but it's back, so it's a fumble.
It's a fumble. And
Live ball.
Are you allowed to fumble the ball forwards?
Well,
you can't, but the defense and all this, and it was because they tipped it. So Buddy just picks it up in the end zone because it
And when did the whistle blow?
didn't.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
You haven't heard it in the replay?
Like even if like
The
it
whistle
wouldn't,
blew.
it did blow.
Before he picked it up.
So,
So it was basically a 2-point
but
play.
so okay.
Whistle blew.
When? Where was the ball?
The ball was dead, was lying in the end zone.
Okay.
Nobody had picked it up
That's
yet.
right. Nobody picked it up yet.
So it's a
And the
fumble.
whistle blew,
Whistle blows.
right?
Still nobody there.
And then he picks it up.
And he picks it up and he gives it.
And they didn't call a touchdown then. They reviewed it.
Well, they had to review
They have
it.
to review it.
Right.
They have to review it.
So
Yeah.
So they don't have the audio set to hear when the whistle was blown?
Yeah. I mean, it's the totality of the situation. Like it's because like if there's no struggle for the ball at the time, like they're like, okay, well the whistle was blown early. The plays kind of did. I don't know. I haven't heard that.
I don't know what
I
the-
haven't heard that. All I know is that was a wild part, and then the ending was the ending.
Well, the worst part of that game was the fans leaving the stadium like well before like the fourth quarter.
The best part of that was, did you see Richard Sherman's reaction?
Oh, no.
Did you see his reaction?
No. Oh, maybe.
Oh, he was loving it.
Yeah.
He was loving every minute of
Yeah.
it. It was great.
Yeah, I saw like a still of his his
Yeah.
reaction or whatever, but yeah.
On a Thursday night
Yeah, no,
football.
that was a wild game, and I definitely want one of those jerseys.
I was
now.
just gonna
Oh
say-
my
I was
God.
just gonna say that jersey
I
was
saw like a quick video of the helmets being put together,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, it's like a sticker. But I was like, but boy, that iridescent color shift is fucking dynamite.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the gray hawk on the side, that looks pretty good. And then I'm like, oh, it's going to be a gray jersey, I guess. And then I saw the next, slide or whatever was the jersey with that number. Oh, with that number, gimme. So I don't know. I definitely want one. I saw the price. I hope my wife doesn't see the price. But it's like, which jersey do you get?
Better than the color rush, though, right? The green, like
Yeah. I still like those, but
Because-
I'm so glad I didn't end up paying big money for a number 12
that was what they
of it or
used to
something.
play with for Thursday
Yeah,
night
that was
football.
their color number. Well, that was the league. I think everybody
Yeah.
had
A
like
color
the
rush
color rush jersey, but
for
now
Thursday night football. Yeah.
now they kind of just do like a third, like a random. I think they have a couple. Some teams have like 4, but like because the Bengals do like an all white.
Yeah.
that looks.
I
Really
just
good.
saw
think
Minnesota
that
actually
looks
had an
really
all
good.
white
They
one
did.
that was
They
pretty
did
good.
one for Christmas.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Anyway, we're shooting the shit now over here.
Sorry.
All right.
Us girls talking football.
Okay, so before I get into my top 5, I was thinking about the Kyle Palmieri goal where he tore his ACL. Okay, so he goes down a corner, tears his ACL, he goes down, play kind of leaves the zone, but they bring it back in the zone.
Oh yeah.
And as he's hobbling back to the bench, he steals the puck.
Yeah.
He lifts the guy's stick, steals it, saucers a pass over to Buddy, and he scores.
Yeah, on one leg.
So I was thinking, how do I categorize that into a top 5? Because that's got to be a top 5 something.
you would either call that, I think, like
Payback, revenge.
I was gonna say like just onside offsides, like where their own team brings it in. There's a few goals like that.
No, but I just think
No, a
of
top
the
5.
whole situation of it, right? Like
Oh, like
I just got
Toughest
dummied. I'm
goals.
broken. You didn't expect like Cal Ripken hitting the home run on one leg
That's
what?
right.
What
with the
about
Dodgers.
Okay, good.
Right? So
What about-
like that could be one.
I was gonna say Babe Ruth when he points.
No, but he's not hurt or nothing.
Yeah,
That's
it's
just
gotta be
him
an
calling
injury.
it
It's gotta be
a
a
shot.
hurt. It's gotta
okay?
be.
Right? That's what I'm saying, right? Like
Okay.
that's where like where would this kind of sit?
injured players laying on the line.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I
like
that.
well, didn't
Like-
one of the Dallas guys just cut it off his finger, like his pinky? They're like,
Right.
"Oh no, you can't. We need surgery." He's like, "Fuck that," with a cleaver or something. Tape it, like.
Yeah.
What about the guy in playoffs? He took a slap shot, broke his leg, and continued to block shots, and then hobbled off the ice at the end of
Yeah,
the PK or
so
something.
it would be something like that. It would be something like injury.
Right.
I don't know. But yeah, that was sick.
Fighting through it. Yeah.
That was sick how that all played out and just.
Okay, so
Oh, real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because it just reminded me of this, but I watched a clip of an absolutely dynamite lacrosse goalie fight.
I saw that one. Take everything off.
Yeah, so both dudes dumped all their kit, right? So they're both wearing like their Under Armour, and that's all they basically had to grab on each other. And one guy was built more like me, and one guy was built more like you. Add a couple of protein shakes, but like they had a good tilt. But the skinny guy with the reach, I think he was the home guy too, the home goalie. He ended up giving the other guy a few more. The tank goes down, kind of realizes he's licking his wounds a bit. And you can see the big tall guy. He's like, "This is my house." He's all jacked up. The refs are pushing the ball. "This is my house." I was dynamite. You guys that want to get rid of fighting in hockey and lacrosse and stuff. I mean, I get it. It looks violent and everything. But these guys, the mentality they have, and they're walking around with bats, with weapons. It is the de-escalation of violence in that sport, and it has to remain. Please continue.
I had to tell my date that today.
it's a
de-escalation
podcast.
No, it's a de-escalation.
Oh, okay.
All right, last podcast we had top 5 sports movies. Today we have the top 5 hockey songs. So songs about hockey.
About
Tom
hockey?
Connors.
About hockey or just hockey?
Okay,
About-
well, I'm
about
curious.
hockey,
Yeah, there's
okay.
only one that comes to mind, I
Yeah.
think, for me.
Number 5, the hockey song.
Yeah.
Stompin' Tom Connors.
Number 4, Dangle, Snipe and Sully, which is a young generation song. Look it up on YouTube. It's great.
Okay.
Number 3, Big League.
Yeah, my boy's going to play in the big leagues.
Tom Cochran.
But that's baseball.
No, it's every sport.
hockey.
It's every sport.
It's hockey.
I've
No.
always attributed it to baseball.
Listen. Lyrics say when ice meets metal.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's hockey.
Okay.
We'll listen
It
to
is.
it. Number 2,
Interesting. Fuck, that blows my mind a little bit, man.
50 Mission Cap. Tragically hip. Bill Barrico. The lyrics are the lyrics of this song are on the wall in the dressing room of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Look up the song. It's tragically hip. I feel
of my list.
I feel really bad for the Americans out there. You guys don't even know who the Hip are, but they are one of the greatest bands of Canada.
Yeah,
and it's kind of a shame
absolutely.
that they haven't become world known. The number 1 hockey song of all time, and you guys will agree with me, it's the Hockey Night in Canada theme song.
Yeah, the original.
And
why'd they get rid of it?
Copyrights.
You know what? Okay.
It's all legal bullshit, right?
So about
And
10 or 15 years
advertising.
ago, I had an idea. We were all having pizza after a game, and I said, why don't we start a hashtag to bring back the song?
Yeah.
Because this song was a part of our culture.
Of course.
Yeah, but CBC.
I don't know how many times I've heard an NHL player come on to an interview or something fun on the CBC and say they love that song. And it brings back childhood memories of Saturday night hockey, watching with the family, and inspiration, that too, right? CBC did a beautiful presentation, a beautiful production all throughout. Like the beginning was done right with like a certain type of intro with highlights. And then throughout the game, you had the song played during commercial breaks, coming up to the intermissions.
Yeah.
And then on the final notes, there was a final part of the song where it went, dun, 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 dun. It was like an outro to the it was like the song was like the whole orchestra to the whole night.
Yeah.
And they have lost
it
that.
It was a theme. Like the
was a
song.
theme.
The song, there was the like.
It's an orchestra.
Listen, I have a bit of a musical, whatever background, or learned. Like, yeah, they had that like very verbose intro, the beginning, you know, and I don't know if it was all ones. I'd be curious to know this actually, if it was all one or if they had different, you know, and then it was
Clip from this, clip from
yeah,
this.
well, just very similar songs, but like the intro is the intro, the big bravos, whatever, and then you have that softer interlude for the interviews and things, right? Or in between segments and stuff. So yeah, but you're not wrong. Like that was a huge part of it, sitting around watching, listening to the songs, and the Don Cherry intro sounded different, but similar instruments, right?
Yeah,
So it still tied it in.
you're
Yeah,
right.
no,
It had,
absolutely.
like the same energy, right?
Yep.
So are you guys mad at CBC for losing Hockey Night in Canada,
Well,
or the
that's
NHL
true,
for
right?
changing
They were
to-
too cheap to buy the rights to that song. It was something like $250,000 that they refused to pay for the relicensing of that song.
Wow.
And then after a while, Sportsnet bought the song, and they have access to it.
but they buried
But
it.
they refuse. Yeah, they've buried it. They refuse to play it. Now, when you watch Saturday Night Hockey, it's like a top 40 song or like some type of like famous Triumph song. Like Triumph was at the last Hockey Night in Canada. They were kind of. It's like sometimes it's rock and roll, sometimes it's a country song. It's like all over pop music, and
Yeah.
but there's no like theme, like what you were saying. It's like a broken production, and it's a shame because what was that? That was part of the hockey culture, and they took a big part of hockey culture and they just threw it away, and they tried to like make something else. Like they had that competition
Yeah.
for a while, and they tried to build up another song that was different or something. That
Yeah,
never worked.
It never worked, and it never really clicked, and now we have just hot mess.
Two songs that I'm actually surprised are not on your list.
Okay, what are they?
And it's not so much that they are hockey songs, they are associated with hockey.
Okay,
Ooh, okay.
We Will Rock You,
Queen.
yeah, and Blur Song 2.
Wow.
What, really? Blur? Well, like, I know it's on Contacts and a bunch of others, but...
So
I associate that song with hockey all the
So,
time.
Elliot will agree with me
Well,
on
I
this.
know that
Andre
song
will.
too was a Vancouver Canucks song.
Yeah.
It was a goal song. That was during the early 2000s.
Yeah.
When we used that, but
So,
yeah, my parameters were that
the lyrics
song
had to-
to like
Yeah.
be significantly
No,
about
I get
hockey.
it.
Otherwise, I could have easily
Yeah.
chose those. Yeah.
or AC/DC,
Well,
Fire Guns, Thunderstruck,
So
from Razor's
I was
Edge,
going
like,
to
so
say
Yeah.
a little bit of a segue out of your top 5, but still speaking to it. Yeah, the songs like of that list for me, like because I like with you dropping the lyrics. My boy's gonna play in a big league about hockey. Like I grew up thinking baseball, and I can blame my mother for that. I feel like because, or maybe the music video. Like no, was that a thing?
I think it's hockey, man.
Why? Anyway, maybe because I was a back catcher. Anyways,
The one I'm surprised about is 50 Mission Cap. I'm gonna have to go listen to that to see how it's related to
hey
hockey.
man, I'm not doubting you at all. Like that's just it's mind blowing.
The last goal he ever scored won the Leafs the cup.
Yeah, but that's not like they're not talking about the game of hockey so much as like the curse.
Well,
that
you
the
know,
guy's
the
got
hip
and
is
that.
very poetic.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you have
they're
to
great.
kind of
Like,
read how you interpret the lyrics and what they mean, right? But if you look, a lot of people have interpreted it very nicely and how it relates to life lessons that you learn in hockey.
and they didn't win another till they found his.
Yeah, well, there's a good story behind that.
So
too.
Yeah.
I think my like 5 songs that stick out for me, like hockey. I think you touched on one, Thunderstruck, because that was my original warm-up song as a Burnaby Thunder.
That was like almost every
15-year-old, everyone. That was
90s.
all of us. Rock and Roll Part 2.
Oh,
But then we got
Gary
rid of
Glitter.
it because
Yeah,
we touched
Yeah,
kids.
That's bad.
But then like this is so you think of this like Rock and Roll Part 2 and Streets, you know, and then Streets Have No Name. Oh, the Canucks intro. The YouTube.
It was actually a pretty good way to intro a hockey game. Not
Didn't get me
necessarily-
fired up.
No.
Does it get you fired up, ready
No,
to like
like, it's a
fight
good
a
way
guy
to-
in the corner for the puck,
It's a
or
good
in
way
front
to
of the net where you have
intro
to
a
like
hockey game, but
battle?
it's not your
Give,
not your warm-up.
yeah, fucking give me. Pack your bags. See you later. And then, so okay. Now I'm going to argue with myself on this point a little bit because all you young kids out there, as a coach, I used to do that. I would go in, give a big speech, whatever, and if it was like a big game, there was a song and a coaching, my first coaching partner, he brought it to the table and then I continued it on. But it was actually a clip from some hockey commercial or something. And it was, some very like stoic kind of slow song. And we would just have the kids be like, I would just be like, okay, guys, close your eyes, sit down, close your eyes. 10 minutes or less, you're going to be on the ice. Visualize that. Think about it. What are you doing? Where's the puck? Where are you? What are you doing? Mm-hmm. Where should you be? Why am I yelling at you? Where should you be, right? Like, make them laugh about it a little bit, but also really get them to think about, because I don't know where the puck is in their mind right now, but they fucking do. Is it on their stick, or does some other guy have it and they're hunting them down, right? And so I took the time, I'm getting like goosebumps just thinking about it right now, but like I took that time to really try and get that to land with those kids. And as a coach, it's a fun exercise because you get to walk around that room and you can see the looks on those faces, right? Like they're thinking, right? Some of them are really taking it in. Some of them might not be, and some of them didn't, right?
Some of them giggle.
Yeah. And but boy, the ones that took it in, you could see it. You could see it on the ice, right? So that song, I forget what it was and the clip and everything, and I might even reach out to him. He's back east now. But that's another song that sticks out. So it is funny, and I literally like drew a hash between the first three and the last two because, yeah, like hockey songs get you fired up to go, fight the barbarians on the other side. But then, yeah, you think of like The Streets Have No Name and everything coming out where it pulls on the heartstrings and stuff. And, there can be a little bit of value in that too, right? So, yeah, but the visualization part, I think, for what we were talking about earlier with wrist shots and coaching and things, like, call it whatever you want. Like, I'm a jiu-jitsu dropout and I'm going to try and get back into it, but like that sport's terrible for learning stuff. The Kimura, Hakama this, and you got to learn, like I have to learn another language to understand the holds, right? Because everything's in Portuguese, where it's not just like a wrist lock or something, right? So my point is, like, I can close my eyes and visualize wrestling a guy, fighting a guy for position and things, and it doesn't matter what it's called. I know what I'm doing, right? So with the thought of the slap shot and the snapshot and everything, take it in, just take it in, be the sponge. Get it off your stick as fast as you can. If you need the better coaching, more refined coaching, go find it. Go find it from a professional. Like Andre here at Slapshot Alley.
And if you don't think the visualization works, like go look at
any pro athlete.
Go look at like the Hockey Sense in the VR now. What is that?
Yeah.
It is visualization. That's all you're doing is visualizing what you're doing.
True. Well, that will be a wrap on 2025, guys.
All right, boys.
It was a good year, boys. Good
I
year.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And looking forward to another year with
Absolutely.
you guys.
I'm looking forward to another many years.
Nice.
Awesome.
I like it. Good attitude.
I know.
Thanks for joining us today.
Later.